What's up? What's up? How's it going, Kyle? How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Ready to hop in here and answer some questions, yo.
Dude, it is week 11. Holy crap. Those playoff chances are just slipping away way too fast.
Dude, this season has gone so fast. It sucks because you wait the entire year and then the season goes by like that. And it's like, well, and especially seasons like this where we almost everybody has at least one league that's really struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just see those playoff chances going further and further down the toilet. And you're like, well, it's rough, man. It's
think
tough.
about it. Most playoff schedules or playoffs start week 15. So you've got 11, 12, 13, 14. You got 4 weeks left. And in a lot of these, especially for me in a couple, even when you're 1 game back and your point differential isn't in your favor, that means you need a 2-game swing. And in 4 games,
That's tough.
ooh, it's tough, man. You pretty much
Very
got to win
tough.
out to make that happen, and that's tough.
Very, very tough.
Yeah.
know, I got some where I'm right on that fringe, so
Same.
and then some where I'm, mathematically eliminated already, which is a bummer.
Yeah, I think I'm only in maybe 2 leagues where I'm out of my 10 and it's ones that we manage together. So
the ones we do together, I think Cockpit's charity league, I'm definitely way
you're out
out.
of that one.
Speaking of Cockpit, he just popped in the chat right after I said that.
Look at that. What's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna miss playoffs in that league for sure. That did not go well.
That didn't work out well for you at all.
Like week 2, right out of the gate, like half my roster went on IR. So it was a rough year over there for sure.
No doubt. Yeah, that did not turn out good for you. Zamudio Auto Sales. I'm just gonna call it Auto Sales, man. Sorry, I'm having a hard. Or I'm gonna call it Z. I'm gonna call you Z Auto Sales. That's what I'm gonna do. That's a cool name, anyways. I just get an L for the pronunciation of your name. I'm so sorry, bro.
You're not making playoffs in pronunciation.
Zamudio. Oh, Zamudio sounds good. But
Studio.
It says I traded Claypool and AP for Jacobs since I lost Patterson.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Jacobs is solid. Roughy, what's up, man? Or Rough Tyrone, that's it. Man, it's so hard to read these names on here. I am so sorry, guys. I'm gonna mess that up.
Well, because everything, a lot of times those guys, they'll scrunch all their names together. So it's like, okay, where does one word end, the next begin, and then some of them you just don't know how to pronounce. So
yeah, I'm telling you, punctuation. On a username. Who am I kidding? What's up, Sushi Lover? How's it going?
Sushi Lover back over here, bashing on Russ again tonight. I think he was the one panicking on him last night on Panic Room, wasn't he?
Yeah, dude. Sushi is the man.
Sushi's not on the Russell Wilson train, though.
No, let's see. He says, thing with Russ is that I don't think he's 100%, and Pete Carroll said he was looking good. He was throwing the ball all over the place. I don't think he's ready. That's why I would panic. He came back too early.
I don't disagree.
I don't disagree with that, but
he probably could have sat out one more week and got more healthy. I guess they were saying. I guess Pete Carroll's probably, that's coach speak for one, and for two, he's probably saying, considering where he's at in his rehab, he's probably looking pretty good. But I don't disagree. I think they should have waited another week or so, probably, just to make sure he was healthy. But
yeah, I would agree with that. He was looking good means he was just looking better than Geno Smith. So,
yeah.
But I mean, look at Dak when he came back from his injury too. I mean, it wasn't pretty at all. So
true.
That's rough. All right, some over here on IG. Arthur says, was offered Mike Williams and Devontae Freeman for Devontae Smith. Is that a good trade or no? 12-man half-point PPR. So you would get rid of Devontae and get Mike Williams. What do you think, Kyle?
Say that again. He gets Mike Williams and Devontae Smith or Devontae Freeman.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Was offered Mike Williams and Devontae Freeman for Devontae Smith. So trade away Devontae Smith, get back Mike Williams and Devontae Freeman in 12-man half-point PPR.
Honestly, I'm sticking with Devontae Smith there. He's been playing pretty well lately. He's been getting all of whatever few targets Jalen Hurts is throwing.
And that schedule looks juicy.
The schedule is fantastic, especially in the playoffs. Devontae Freeman is worthless at this point.
Oh yeah, Devontae Freeman with Latavius Murray coming back.
Murray's coming back. And then Mike Williams, he's been on that struggle bus. I think he'll have a game here or there, but he's a little more boom bust. I think Devontae Smith will be more consistent for you.
Yeah, I think Smith is coming on a little bit now. And like I said, that schedule gets really juicy from here on out. They've got a great schedule, especially playoff schedule. So I don't think I'm going for that. Again, Devontae Freeman is a waste of a roster spot. So
yeah, you can drop him.
Latavius Murray coming back will kill. And honestly, I probably wouldn't want Latavius Murray. I picked him up in a league today just to keep him from other people. But
yeah, I wouldn't play him though.
No, he's not playable. You're just keeping him off of people. You just don't want him to be a waiver wire, or you don't want him to be a bye week fill-in for somebody else, but you're not going to start him on your.
Honestly, that doesn't even bother me either. If you want to play a guy and get 6 or 7 points, then you'd be my guest. What's funny is, though, today in that deal that I did with Cockpit in Redux, I tried to sneak Devontae Smith in there, but he wasn't having it. So,
of course you're not going to sneak Devontae Smith in there. To someone who's obsessed with young guys.
Sushi Lover says he hopes Russ does good because he's on my only team. He will. Hang in there. Yeah, he looked rough this week, but as he gets healthier, he'll look better and better.
One team? Bro.
And how do you only have one team?
Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up. Pump them up, my man. Come on. Z Auto Cells over here also got Jefferson for Amari Cooper. I don't know if that was good or bad. You got Justin Jefferson
for Amari Cooper? That's fantastic.
Yes, if you got Justin Jefferson for Amari Cooper, you the man, dog. And that's coming from Cowboys fans. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's CD Lamb's team right there. Drop Julio Jones? ? Or Miles Sanders ? I think you can drop Julio.
Drop Julio. I'd wait it out and see what happens with Miles, because ever since he's been out, they've been starting to run more.
Yep.
And throw less, which is kind of a flip the script on what they were doing early season. I'd wait and see if they continue to run when he comes back and what his split of that backfield is.
Yeah, you have a hard time. Yeah, you have a hard time just getting rid of Miles Sanders, right? Because the talent's there. Now they're starting to run the ball, like you said. So,
now,
again, good playoff schedule, good whole schedule.
With the state of the running back position right now, too, anybody who could have a stake in an offense that's running quite a bit, let's hold off and see what happens there a little bit before we are just letting running backs go. Can you see me better now? I forgot to turn my light on.
No, you're fine. You're fine either way.
Nobody wants to see me anyways. So,
but Julio Jones, not worth having. Kind of like we talked about last night. We're coming up. What do we just name off? 4 weeks of games left. He's not going to be there for at least 3 of those, and that's at a minimum. He's not going to be there for 3 of those. When he does play, he's not really. You're not going to start him, right? So
no, I mean he comes back week 13. You're not going to play him his first week back. You got 2 weeks before playoff. You're just not starting him. Actually, you got 1 week then until the playoffs. You're definitely not trusting him in the playoffs.
Now, if you can trade him for your favorite bag of chips, you might as well get something instead of nothing. All right?
Yeah, I might do that.
I mean, maybe some Funyuns. Funyuns would be good. Just throwing that out there. Some spicy nacho Doritos. Just saying. All right. You're welcome, Arthur, and you're welcome, Z Auto Sales. Love it. Z Auto Sales, what's your favorite bag of chips? What's your favorite kind of chips? I want to know.
Man, I don't think I could pick one favorite, if I'm being honest.
It's hard, man. I don't know, but I do love some Funyuns, but I never get them because they like get in your teeth and they stink. So it's just like,
yeah. I like the just regular, like the barbecue Lays.
Barbecue Lays, man.
So good,
man. And if you can get the Ruffle barbecue and then you can dip them in the ranch like chip dip.
No, you just want the regular old Lays barbecue, man.
Cockpit said he likes sweet chili Doritos. Dude ain't wrong. Have you had those?
I've not had those. I stick to the big three at Doritos. You got nacho cheese, spicy nacho, and cool ranch.
Nah, dude. Sweet chili Doritos kills Cool Ranch. Like sweet chili Doritos, Taco Bell needs to hit those up because those things are good. Good. And that's coming from me.
Need to make a taco shell out of it.
Man,
I'll have to try those. I've seen them, but I haven't tried them.
They're good, man. So, anyways, what were we talking about? Football? Is that what our channel is about?
Dropping Julio, and then somehow we got on. We were trading Julio for chips.
Favorite bag of chips.
Got on an entire convo about chips, which I'm a fat man. I love chips. Bring it on.
I mean, turning into a fat man, so I also love chips.
You're literally eating on camera, so I've yet to do that. So,
do I have something in my teeth?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. Oh, you did the back end YouTube for me, so thank you. All right, let's see.
Not on this one, I didn't.
Oh, snap. Ooh, it stayed on. Ooh. Okay, anyways, we'll get back to that later. So Z Auto Cells over here says roster for playoff run is Josh Allen, Jacobs, Patterson, Connor, Collison, Diggs, Chase, Justin Jefferson, Gronk, and Knox. And Miles Sanders and Panthers defense.
Collison
plays. I've seen the name. I'm gonna look it up.
That's not ringing a bell.
Busy. What up? Okay. Collison. Who the fuck is Collison? I swear I've seen it. Collins. Maybe Collins. Is that what we're thinking?
Alex Collins, probably.
Maybe.
That makes
the auto sales leading me astray here.
He's got some sneaky running backs. Those receivers are gross.
Yeah, Diggs, Chase, Jefferson. Yes, please.
Yeah.
And then Connor right now turned up. Patterson, also good. Oh, yeah. Collins. He's got Alex Collins.
Okay. I was like, Collison?
Sorry. He also, I'm guessing in a hurry here, put Seahawks running back instead of Seahawks.
He's not wrong.
It's not really a family show, so we'll allow it. It is allowed.
He's not wrong,
That's so funny, dude. Anyways.
Oh, that's funny.
That your autocorrect is putting Cox over Hawks is concerning, just FYI.
A little bit.
I want to fix that.
A little bit. My phone learned real early on, I never mean duck.
Yeah, duck is not a word.
I never mean that.
Oh, he's a Niners fan. So Seacox was a real thing.
So
that was not a typo.
All the time. Okay.
Got it. Yep.
So
he's a Niners fan. Nice. Oh, Kittle last night. Woo. I'm loving Kittle back.
Yeah, I am too. Finally getting him back in all the leagues I own him in. I did trade him in my dynasty today, but I also had a Waller, so it made some sense.
Yeah, I was surprised to see you. I was surprised to see you trade Kittle, honestly. But
I was too.
You didn't really need him though, right? Who else?
I have Waller. I also have Waller, and I got Goddard back in the deal, so I'm not hurting at tight end. And I got a running back, which I very badly needed, and Elijah Mitchell. So
yeah,
I traded one Niner for another.
It's an interesting trade. I don't hate it. Goddard hasn't been doing as good as we thought he would. So it's
I probably took a little bit of a hit at overall value, but as far as team needs goes, I feel the need for sure.
I don't know. I feel like, especially in Dynasty, getting Elijah Mitchell is a good pickup.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
I do like him a lot.
Because
I found out like an hour after I made that trade that he had broke his finger last night, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of annoying, right? But at the same time,
he might not even miss a game this week, though, so it's not a big deal. But it was just kind of funny. I'm like, oh, of course he did.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. And I'm trying to make my comeback to make the playoffs and Roll Tide, and I lose one of my starting running backs. But if I get Chris Carson back, I'm not sure how that's going to look. So James over here needs an outside opinion, and we are outside in our stadiums, so this makes sense. Okay, 4-6. Core is Herbert, Zeke, Jones, Mitchell. So no Jones, no Mitchell. That sucks. AJ Brown, D Hop, Lockett. Is this an 8-team league? Bench, D Williams, Cooks. That's Brandon Cooks, Myers, Melvin Gordon's, and Shepard. Currently holding the last playoff spot. Okay, in a 3-way tie for 4 and okay.
So it's a 10-team league. Dobbins on IR. Should I sell or buy?
AJ Brown, D Hop.
See if you can get anything for Lockett and Gordon off. I mean,
yeah, I was thinking that same thing.
Try to sell Darrell Williams before CEH comes back. Myers off the highest game he'll score this week.
I would keep.
You could sell any of those guys and get another running back.
Yeah, I would try to get rid of Lockett and Melvin there. Yeah, what that does suck. Your wide receiving core, AJ Brown kind of underperforming. D Hop being out hurts a lot. But I
D Hop and Brown, you don't want to get rid of. They'll bounce back.
Yeah, you don't want to get rid of them.
But
so that does suck.
Any of those, either Lockett and any of those guys on your bench, if you can package them for another running back, a better running back.
Absolutely.
I might try to make that move.
Yeah, that's tough, man. With Jones and Mitchell now both being hurt, that sucks because that's a solid team, man. That is a super solid team.
Take some of those guys and go try to get AJ Dillon.
And also, I would say Cooks is a better start than Lockett. More consistent, right?
Oh yeah.
What were you saying?
Put Lockett and Darrell Williams together and go get AJ Dillon for a fill-in handcuff guy.
Oh gosh, you have to pay that much for Dillon, you think?
Yeah, I think you would after the game he had. Whoever has him is holding on tight. For this very reason. It's for this very reason.
What if you sell Jones to the AJ Dillon owner?
No, that I could see, depending on what the guy's got on his roster.
Yeah, if you can do a Lockett Jones deal to whoever owns AJ Dillon, help them out a little bit there. Like they can just take over that backfield because AJ Dillon looking so good. And when Jones comes back off of a knee injury like that, or Aaron Jones comes back off that, I don't know what that looks like, man.
I think it'll look just like it's looked all season, but
a little Zeke Pollard action kind of thing.
But it could be, a good opportunity to sell Aaron Jones to, like you said, the AJ Dillon owner, and maybe get a piece off their roster that you can use now instead of waiting a week or two for Jones to come back.
Yeah, get a little hype there with Lockett, with Russell coming back, and be like, oh, Russell's back. I don't know. You might be able to get a little something there. Oh, even though he had a rough week. I don't know. That's interesting. But someone's going to be desperate enough for a wide receiver to need Lockett, I would think. But I don't trust Lockett, so I would be trying to sell him with something.
Every year it gets harder and harder to trade receivers, though, because the position just keeps getting deeper and deeper as teams throw more and more.
Deep, dude.
Everybody's got 3 solid starters already, and so nobody's trading for receivers hardly.
Well, and Lockett is what have you done for me lately, right? Like Lockett, Williams, like their trade values they were so high at the beginning of the year, and then like what we all saw coming, they stopped because it wasn't sustainable, and now their trade values kind of tanked.
Well, Lockett had that really big game.
He had one
before Russ came back, and then everybody had a down game this week, so you might still be able to sell Lockett pretty high.
True.
But yeah, I'd say either go get AJ Dillon or trade Jones to whoever owns AJ Dillon. That would be my move. That's where I'd start.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Okay. Z Auto Sales says, should we try and get Sterling Shepard or Gallman?
Neither.
Yeah, probably
I wouldn't
not.
worry about either one, to be
On
honest with you.
waivers or Cam Newton. Cam Newton's not a bad pickup.
It depends, like, who
If you're
your
needy.
QBs. Do you need him?
That's true. I mean, is this a super flex 2 QB league? Is it something? I mean, you're not going to start Cam Newton probably over whatever you have now because there's enough quarterbacks that are better starting options than Cam Newton.
Yeah, super flex is literally, I think, the only place he's startable, and that's just injury, bye week, something like that. If you're a Kyler owner, or
or you waited too late to draft your QBs.
That's also very possible. Yeah.
So there's some value there at that, but really none of those are great options.
Nah.
I'm not excited about any of that.
I'm not rushing out and setting a waiver claim for Gallman or Shepard.
No, in fact, I dropped Shepard today in a league.
Yeah. I mean, he can't stay healthy. And then now you've got Tony and Galladay there too. Like, there's not enough volume there for three guys to do really well in fantasy. So I don't think he's worth hanging on to anymore, really. I'd rather have him over Galladay, I think. But when Tony's healthy, he's going to be the guy there going forward, I think.
Yeah, I think so. He says it's half PPR. It's a 14 team, and he has Josh Allen, but injuries.
Well, on a 14-teamer, Shepard makes more sense, I guess. If it's that deep.
Yeah, a 14 team, that is a lot deeper. Of those three, I would go Sterling Shepard, probably.
Yeah, Allen's already had his bye week.
That's exactly what I was looking up. Did he
you don't need Cam for that. So, yeah.
And
14-teamer, I hate having Shepard on a 14-teamer.
Are most people rostering a second quarterback in there? Like, I'm in a 14 team, and I think maybe two teams have a second quarterback on their roster. So people are taking more long shots on wide receivers and running backs because there's more valuable there. So people are hoarding quarterbacks in there. That's kind of stupid. I mean, tell them they're all stupid and they should drop them.
I could see Gallman if you need a running back fill in because of your injuries, maybe. But long term, I prefer to have Shepard.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your weekly situation. Like I said, if you need a fill in, like you lost Patterson, you really need him. But if I remember correctly, you had enough running backs to not need Gallman.
But a 14 team versus a 10 team does change that dynamic. So
yeah, he's got Jacobs and Connor. And then those wide receivers of Diggs, Chase, Justin Jefferson. So don't really need Gallman.
Oh, he doesn't need Shepard.
You don't need Shepard either. You might just go Cam Newton then. That might be your safer bet or better. Wow.
Thought we were going to see your head pop off there for a minute.
Yeah, I can hit the mute on here. I can't hit the mute on IG, so they just got full effect there.
They just got full.
Chewy. Yeah, that was bad. Holy crap. Dude, you wanna look at some trades?
Do we have some trades?
Well,
I haven't checked Instagram in several hours or DMs.
Oh, check our Instagram DMs. Let's see if we got anything in there. You check BoomBust. I'll check Fantasy Football Network. We'll see if we have
the network. I'm the one that handles that.
I mean, I've just got access to it right now. It's the only one I can access. So,
I'm just getting on my phone is why. I can't get on the network one on my computer.
Yeah, double authentication. Okay. So
I just picked the wrong one.
Okay, so on this one, who would you be more comfortable with cutting in an 8-man league? Odell Beckham or Julio?
Julio.
Yeah. In an 8-man league, both.
Both, but I mean, who knows? Maybe Beckham, they force feed him a little bit, but I'm definitely not keeping Julio in any leagues.
Yeah, he can't be used. Okay.
Nothing in BoomBust.
Okay. This one says, what should I do with DJ Moore? This week I'm starting Renfro over him. Should I trade or hold?
If you can get good value for him, I'd trade him. Otherwise, hold him because he's not worth dumping. Like, he's not to the point where you're just trying to get whatever you can get.
Yeah.
So, give him a week or two, see how he does with Cam.
Yeah.
But if you can get good value for him now, I'm okay trading him.
Yeah. He may come on a little bit more with Cam. We don't know. So
I do think starting Renfro over him this week is a smart move, though. I don't disagree with that move.
Alrighty. Let's see. This one says, this one's just sending us a lineup, which is funny. And we'll ignore that one.
Is it?
Yes, it's who you think it is.
The G one or the L one?
L. It's the one we always get that says, hey, here's my lineup this week.
Am I good?
No questions, no nothing. Just rate it from 1 to 10 or something. It's just weird. But whatevs floats your boat.
I got 2 of them that does stuff like that.
It's very strange, but what do I know? Alrighty.
Apparently nothing.
I don't know anything. Okay, so I thought I sent out some trades. I kind of want to go to Truth Serum here, and I feel like there were some trade opportunities there. Unfortunately, I feel like there's not enough active people in there. Like the ones that we actually match up trade wise aren't active.
Half the teams in that gave up.
Oh,
I don't want to dig too much into trading stuff because we got 2 new shows this week covering trades.
Yeah, I tell you what, I wanna do. I'm gonna go over my work league. So I have a question for you. As you know, I was trying to trade for Aaron Jones this week, and I was this close to getting Aaron Jones. That's my 14-team big money league. I was this close to getting Aaron Jones. And the guy texted me the other night. He's like, aren't you glad I didn't hit accept on that? I was like, yes, I really appreciate you looking out for me. So,
I forgot who you were trading for him for, though.
Kyle Pitts and Michael Carter.
Huh.
And I was getting back. I can't remember exactly. I was getting back Aaron Jones and maybe something silly. So I was trying to get that. But then I was thinking last night, Aaron Jones is only going to be out for a few weeks. I'm currently 7-3.
I'd still be trying to get Aaron Jones.
So and that guy is now going to be out of the playoffs. He can't make the playoffs. His team can't. He needed to win out essentially to make the playoffs. So I sent him another trade. Because I was like, ooh, I can afford to maybe go for him. And it looks silly, but he doesn't have a good tight end at all. So I sent him Logan Thomas and Darnell Mooney because he also doesn't have a good wide receiver. His team's just not looking great at the moment, mostly due to injury.
Got to get him in this week, too, because next week is most leagues' trade deadline.
Exactly.
Week 12.
So trying to get a trade in while I can, and he is he's now what is his overall? What the hell? What is his overall? He's 4-6. This is again a 14-team league, and he's definitely not making playoffs right now. His points for is also horrible. He's not going to be able to overcome that. So, I'm just going to pull his roster up really quick. Yeah, his tight end right now is Jared Cook. He has Dan Arnold, so not too bad, actually.
He's not in terrible shape then.
Not with Dan Arnold. I didn't realize he picked him up. So, but he really and if I can trade Kyle Pitts for him, I think I still might. Because he's a Falcons fan. So if I can trade Kyle Pitts to him, I have Kittle. So I don't necessarily need Kyle Pitts. I have Logan Thomas. So I don't necessarily, if Kittle goes down, I still have Logan Thomas, who will probably produce just as good as Kyle Pitts, honestly.
I can promise you one thing. If Tony is watching this by some chance right now, he is screaming at you not to trade Pitts and keep Kittle, but to do the opposite.
Yeah, but I'm not. And what I'm trying to do is I need to play to this guy's love of the Falcons, right? That's why I'm trying to get this, because getting Aaron Jones is still tough.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going for there. He
Well,
has Clyde
and
Edwards.
it's already the thing with that league is it's already been proven by a previous trade by two other owners that people that aren't going to make playoffs are willing to just dump their players. So you have to be careful with that too.
Well, that got overturned, but
I know,
yes.
but I'm just saying people are willing to do it. You don't want to be, if he's mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, you don't want to be caught up in the middle of something like that either.
Yeah, but
So you just gotta.
That's why trading like a Kyle Pitts, it looks legitimate.
It looks legitimate even
now here's his wide receiver situation. What?
I said it looks legitimate even if it's not.
But here's his wide receiver situation too, as he has Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, but his flex spot right now is Tyler Johnson for Tampa Bay, is who he started this week. But he's got Kadarius Toney, KJ Osborne, Curtis Samuel, and Tyler Boyd. So I don't know if a Mooney.
That's not bad for a 14-teamer, though.
Yeah. So, in my roster, honestly, for a 14 team, is looking pretty decent. My weakest spot, well, I say that it's fine. Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey, and then I had Dearness Johnson in there this week, but typically it's Michael Carter. Then I have AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts, and George Kittle. So I'm starting them as my tight end and my flex. I have the Bills defense, and then I just kind of switch kickers around. My bench has Calvin Ridley. So, yeah, I would have had Ridley, AJ Brown. So that would have been a pretty nice little thing there. But my bench right now, Michael Carter. I have Chuba Hubbard, Darnell Mooney, Michael Gallup, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, and Logan Thomas. So, Jaguar said, "Dude is watching stream right now." Hopefully, let's get that trade talk going, bro. I sent that offer late last night. Let's do it. I wanna get that trade going.
Good to see you back, Jonathan. This guy's rocking with us every single night. Him and Sushi love it, man.
Yeah, I love these
both
guys.
Been in here. They're here every night.
I love it. So, anyways, I'm doing pretty good in that league. If AJ Brown is my wild card, he has to perform for my team to do well, and he's just leaving me hanging there. Anyways, that's what I'm right now. Anyways, my thought was, though, like, I'm still going for Aaron Jones because he's only going to be out a couple to a few weeks, and in these leagues where I'm guaranteed a playoff spot, I'm far enough ahead on all this stuff. I can afford to trade for him, maybe even lose a game or two in between now and then because of it, and then be strong as can be for that playoff run. Right. So I don't know, just thinking through some strategy there. Strategery, You know
what I think we should do? If James is still here, Cockpit's still here. So me and him just did a trade this morning. We need to get you and him negotiating a trade live.
What do I want with him?
I don't know.
Let me see.
You better figure it out.
We just did a trade not too long ago. He's hit one up with us both. Just pull him on here really quick. Just send him a link.
As James would say, figure it out. Right.
Exactly. Figure it out. Send him a link there on IG. Let him come join us really quick.
Man, I don't think I can do that, can I?
Can't you just get the link that I sent you to join this?
Oh, yeah, I can do that, I guess.
Some people, my goodness.
Bro, I don't want to hear it.
I have to be the brain and the beauty. Jeez, it's so much work.
Oh, we know that's not true. Tony's the brain. He ain't here to help us with anything.
We're just all alone. Let's see if Cockpit has anything even worth trading for.
I just sent you a link on Instagram there, James.
Let's see. He's not trading Najee Harris.
It says miss a boot and find out.
And Calvin Ridley is worthless to me right now. I like Kittle.
I also want to point out that in Roll Tide, I've worked up to 3rd place now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you're up to 8th, which we're both working our way up the ranks.
It's starting from last. Oh my gosh. Looking at James, he has 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 5 first-round picks next year.
Yeah.
It's no wonder he doesn't have any players I want to trade for.
Yeah, if he decided he wanted to cash in any of those for players, he could make a run this year.
Wow.
Charlie Zigman, AB or Pittman this week? Let's see. Who are they playing? Pittman's playing Buffalo. That's not looking good.
Well,
and then Tennessee plays. Oh, well, wait. That's Antonio Brown? I was thinking AJ Brown. Sorry. Is Antonio Brown playing?
let's pretend that he is. In the case that he is.
If he plays, you go AB. I think you have to against the Giants. They're just awful. But even then, coming off an injury like that, I don't know, man. I think you got to roll Pittman. Honestly, Pittman feels safer. Even in a bad matchup, he feels safer than AB off an injury. Don't you think? I mean, it's a great matchup for Brown, but Jesus. Coming off that injury, man, that makes me nervous. Yeah, roll Pittman.
Hold on 1 second because
he's been playing out of his mind. Wentz is targeting him relentlessly. Stick with Pittman until he gives you a reason not to play him. Stick with him.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Ooh, he's got a mustache now. I don't remember that being there last week.
The mustache.
Or week before. When was the last time we had you on? It was a week before last, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Had to have been 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a week before last.
Yeah, no, like you said, there's not much worth trading for on that team now. I've shipped everyone out. I've traded A-Rob away, traded Jones, Zeke, Devontae Adams away. It's funny, knowing I got Kittle now, I was like, could have stuck around, but I actually made the joke to Kyle saying how gross it'd be if I went for 5 picks.
No joke. Yeah, you're building for the future. Trust the process right now. But I think it's kind of funny. You trade away Aaron Jones, he immediately got hurt. You trade away Elijah Mitchell and hurt. You traded away all these running backs and then they got hurt immediately after. So it's almost like you've got a crystal ball over there or something. Either that or your wife's playing for you.
That only seems to be working in this league because everywhere else. Yeah. Whatever's working in this league, I just need to have it in some other ones.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Kyle, I just wanted to go back to this really quick. You're talking about Pittman playing against Buffalo, and Elijah Moore and Corey Davis both had pretty decent weeks this week against Buffalo.
Yeah, they did all right.
And Pittman is he's better than both of them. So
yeah, it's a worse matchup than Brown, but I still don't think you play Brown if he plays coming off that injury.
You're saying Pittman?
I think Pittman's becoming one of those matchup-proof wide receiver 1 types for you during this season. So, yeah, stick with Pittman. Ride him till the wheels fall off.
No doubt. What's up, Plant Man? We got a question over here. Saints defense or Cardinals defense? I'm looking up those matchups because I'm not smart enough to know who they play.
New Orleans plays Philly.
Saints play Philly?
The Saints play Philly. And
Cardinals play Seattle.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna play New Orleans in there if I gotta pick between those. Jalen Hurts doesn't scare me like Russell Wilson does.
The Cardinals defense is just better.
They are.
Yeah.
But New Orleans isn't awful, and they're really tough against the run, which is all Philly seems to be able to do right now. So
They had a couple passes this year or this last week. I mean,
all I'm saying is you can start both, but I think New Orleans has a better game, better matchup.
Yeah, I think you start Saints in your defensive special team spot and Cardinals in your flex for sure, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Start them both. No,
Just
I'm
take
kidding.
out all your running backs, put in 3 defenses, you're set. Bo Pucks back in the house, man. Been a minute, but gave up because my team went downhill. Hey,
No,
I feel you. But it's good to see you back in here. Appreciate you hanging out anyways.
No doubt. Oh, Kyle, here, this changes a little bit of thing. And luckily, he says they do return yards for their defense special teams there too. So Saints definitely, right?
Yeah.
Their return game is just better.
Mm-hmm.
So, because Deontay Harris, is that right? Their return man?
Yeah.
Yeah, just better. So, yeah.
Ben from Shot Callers, his love affair.
Yeah, exactly. Deontay Harris.
Still
better than Russell Gage.
Yep. I dropped Russell Gage as soon as players unlocked last night. I set an alarm, woke up, and dropped him as quickly as possible.
Dude, they actually do start 2 defenses in this league that he's in.
Are you serious?
No way.
But he has the Bills defense, so he's doing Bills Saints and Cardinals on the bench.
Oh wow!
And
how did he end up with all of those?
Yeah, that's impressive. Those are some good defenses to have.
Dude, prioritize defenses.
I mean, I guess if you're starting 2,
that means the scoring's probably messed up also with the return yards. So
return yards and their wide receivers also get return yards. So he has Deontay Harris. And
well, that's sweet.
Yeah, and he traded for these defenses, he said. I mean, return yards kind of changes too.
But next year, find a new league. That one's weird as hell.
That's a weird league, but that sounds kind of fun. If it's one of like many leagues,
it's like a Canadian league or something.
I bet their scoring is just outrageous, like 300 points a game or something crazy. Let's see. Bo Pucks here says, Ridley, CEH, Gibson, Kyler, and Carson screwed me up. No joke.
Boy, you hit the injured, the IR all-star team right there.
My goodness. Plus AJ Brown at the start. But he's picking it up. Wow.
Oh, my God.
You had a great roster who just did nothing for you. Gosh, look at that roster. AJ Brown on top of that.
That's a great team if they stay healthy or don't, if they don't go full head case and check out. Or
that Kyler one hurts. Like Kyler especially hurts. I've had him and Hopkins as a stack. Not had him for the last 2 weeks, and it hurts.
Yeah, that's tough.
Both being out is even worse.
14 man, and that's your team, bro. Okay, you cheated.
Yeah. Dude's got no picks for the next 4 years.
No joke. Let's see. Bald guy, what's up, my man? Just traded Lockett and J-Rob for Debo. Yep. Don't hate that. Still has Chubb and JT. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Of course you do. Who else would he have with Chubb other than his JT?
JT. Damn it. Yeah, I like that trade because Debo is tearing it up.
Yeah, he's tearing it up, but I like J-Rob a lot too when he's
tears
back
up
full
his
health.
body.
Yeah, but when you have Chubb and JT already, I mean, I don't hate it.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
I think it depends on
it's fine. To me, Lockett's irrelevant. J-Rob for Debo, that's fine.
Yeah, if you needed a wide receiver, I think that's good for sure. Oh, this guy over here, because we said we were talking about the scoring being weird and stuff. He said he made 246 points this week. So it's a high scoring, just crazy scoring league. Yeah.
Just points everywhere. You get some points and you get some points. Oh, he got on the field. He gets a point.
Yeah. They get a point for every step they take.
They get like special team tackle points and stuff like yards ran.
And for penalty yards drawn.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yards ran without the ball on special teams and stuff. Just the streakers down the sideline. Or
both folks, because of all those injuries and stuff, went from 2nd place to 11th.
Oof.
That's a tank right there. That just makes fantasy football frustrating sometimes. But when it's out of your control, you have a fantastic team. You worked so hard to get this great team, and then they just screw it all up.
Yeah, you're the Carolina Panthers of your league. You start hot and then all the way down the toilet.
Yep, hear that.
Challenge 150 points.
Means for an early pick next year, though, if he still has his pick.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
True.
Can you imagine a team like that adding like a Javonte Williams or a Devonta Smith this year?
It's true. Is that it? I'm guessing that's probably not a dynasty league either.
No, it's just a redraft.
Oh, $800 payout too. Might not even make the cut for playoffs, bro. That's rough.
Ouch.
That's rough.
Might be just time to retire, my guy. Call it a career in fantasy football.
He's kidding, kinda.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody else that could pick every player on their roster that would get hurt.
I mean,
I did almost every player in my family league last year, but I still had like 2 that were good.
Yeah,
so I'm almost as bad as that.
We're taking payments.
I wonder if he's like fully eliminated.
Probably.
I don't know. Being in 11th place, how many? I'm guessing it's an 8-team.
Because I mean, there's still 4 weeks.
He said it's a 14.
Kyler should
league.
Play. Gibson's playing.
Yeah, so 14-team league. I could see like 8 getting to the playoffs.
If it's 8 playoffs, there's a chance.
3 back. It depends on what the game difference is in that 3.
Mm-hmm.
But you only got 4 weeks left of regular season before playoffs start. And you're going to be at least a couple wins back. So that's going to be real tough to turn around and make playoffs. You need to win out, basically.
Yeah, that's tough. But you get some of those players back, and there's a chance. That's such a solid team, man.
You need to win out with help. You need some of them to lose some games ahead of you.
Well, you're not getting Ridley back. CEH,
Who cares?
Carson could come back and do decent.
Yep.
Kyler and Gibson are your big ones getting back there too, though. And A.J. Brown just needs to get his crap together. He's pissing me off. Evan wants to know, how does Gibson play this week?
I think he goes absolutely apeshit all over Carolina. And, I mean, he played really well this week against Tampa Bay, which I didn't expect. So I don't see any reason for him to slow down against Carolina.
That Carolina defense has not been great. It's fine.
They started out the year really, really good, and they've just gone slowly downhill. I mean, Connor had a respectable day against them this week. So Gibson's better than Connor.
I'm trusting it.
You're not benching
and Connor had a respectable week without offensive threats.
Yeah,
at QB and wide receiver, really.
Yeah, they could essentially key on him, and he still had a decent week.
Yeah. He looks healthy. Yeah. Gibson looks healthy. You're not benching him anymore. Get him in there.
Bo Pucks, he's not that far behind, so it's possible. Bench is meh. Got Tim Patrick, who's worthless now. Sorry, AJ Green, who not horrible when Kyler's back, and got Jefferson. Okay, Jay Jett has been beast this year. Interesting.
Yeah, you got a shot. If you win out and a couple guys ahead of you lose some games, you still got a shot. So don't give up completely.
Yeah. It's a good move plan, man. Dropping Matt Ryan to get A.J. Dillon on waivers tonight. Yeah. 100%.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah. He's 8-2 in that league. Okay.
Good. I got to set my waivers later before I go to bed.
Oh, man. I'm always up till like 2 a.m. on Tuesday night.
I'm usually up anyways, but I like to set them in case I forget to get on right at 2. So,
man. Yeah, it's that kind of night. How many leagues are you in, James?
I'm in 7.
Are they all dynasty? Because every time we get a question,
7.
You assume they're dynasty questions, I feel like.
5 are dynasty.
So mostly dynasty then.
Yeah, 5 of them are dynasty, 2 are redraft. Yeah.
Wow. You got that one auction league, so that Kyle sucks at, but
yeah, that's one of the redraft leagues too.
Kyle's not doing so hot in there.
So, but
that one didn't go well. It was the first auction we ever did, the first best ball. We didn't have a clue on strategy.
I mean,
And
you
then,
couldn't
like
tell that
you
by
say,
how my team is performing, but
half my roster's been on IR all year too. So tough year in the auction best ball charity league.
it's fun. It's interesting. It's been a fun learning experience.
I barely look at it because I don't know how I feel about this whole best ball thing.
It's just because your team's not doing good. I look at mine.
I feel weird not just going in and setting a lineup. Like it's just out there doing its own thing. It feels very weird.
Yeah, the best ball's new for me too, but I have so
maybe
many
next
leagues.
year,
It's nice
maybe
to know
next
that
year we go
just
to
kinda
normal
going on autopilot.
Yeah, there's at least one I'm not going to screw up my lineup on every week because I don't have a choice on what my lineup is. So that is kind of relaxing in a weird way.
Yeah, unless all your running backs get hurt, and then you can't even start a running back.
Hey, you have at least one running back in there. Swift has not been hurt.
No waivers is weird. No lineup setting is weird. I don't know how I feel about it. It makes me feel.
I think again next year, I'd have to add more bench spots.
Yeah, I could see that needing to be a little deeper.
But being so
next
late,
year I'll have a better idea how the
too many
auction
guys
thing
out
works
too late.
too.
So
Do what?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Oh no, I just said next year have more bench spots just so it's easier for people. Like I just kept it short just because I knew it was late in the season for the draft and wanted to keep the draft kind of short for a lot of the guys.
It was a very last minute draft, but we also appreciated it being short because we were in Vegas while we were doing it. It was the day we were leaving Vegas. We're sitting in a hotel room trying to do it before we had to go to the airport. It was kind of funny. So hopefully next year we can get it in a little bit earlier. Yeah, so we're not quite so rushed. Mm-hmm. It was tough this year, man. I didn't get enough time to study up on best ball strategy. I drafted it like a normal league.
Yeah.
But then again, I couldn't figure out how to operate the auction module well enough. So like it worked out with Swift, but at the time I was pissed because I didn't want to draft him, but it got stuck on auto draft and I couldn't stop it and I didn't know how. And then after I spent a fortune on Swift, everybody's like, "Oh, just click over here." I'm like, like you waited until I'm like literally in the chat panicking the whole time, and then everybody afterwards like, "Oh yeah, just click over here."
It it all is fair in love and fantasy football. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, I wish the league manager might have stepped in and said something while I was asking, but that didn't happen either.
Yeah, I had my own unplanned stuff happening. I was hoping to be a lot more present in that draft than I wanted, but so my strategy I usually take, didn't go the way I wanted.
Several rounds later before you said anything, I was just like, this dude ain't even paying attention to his own draft. Like,
yeah.
He was on Canadian time.
I know. I'm like, we're drafting in a Vegas hotel room, trying to go catch our flight, and he ain't paying attention to his own draft. There were way too many auto drafters.
I was staying long enough just to bid on players I wanted.
There were too many auto drafters in that one.
Well, I know I was in and out of that draft too. Like between signal and trying to do stuff, I wasn't in the best spot.
But I mean, there was a few other, like 2 or 3 others that were on auto draft the whole time. It just kept driving prices up on everybody, and it's like, okay, that's great.
That's the only issue with auction draft.
Yeah, because no one can go under price with auto draft. It automatically jumps you up to that minimum price, and then you go from there.
Yeah,
and so.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I find with auto drafters, you just throw up players. When it's your time to select, just throw up a player you don't want and then let the auto drafters pay full price.
No, we kept trying to do that and people wouldn't let it happen. We tried
and people were still bidding. It's like, guys.
Yeah, people wouldn't let it happen. They kept putting up good players and then they would still bid them and stuff. And I was just like, oh my god.
They beat the auto draft by 1 and you're like, okay, now the auto drafters aren't spending their money.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, y'all. Pay attention.
They just didn't get the strategy, man. They didn't get the strategy.
I don't know where you got those window lickers, but I mean, it didn't go the way we hoped.
It's actually funny. That's the name of one of my other home leagues I run. It's the League of Window Lickers.
That's awesome.
Well, now we've been suspended off of YouTube, so it's been fun, guys. But
Oh, that's funny.
Somehow we've offended way too many people with that. But that is, what are the odds of that though? Like,
That's the
Right?
the term I use, and he's actually got a team name that. That's
that's pretty
slim
good.
odds. Pretty slim odds.
I like it. So we don't play each other in anything this week, do we, Jane? We pretty much knocked that out early in the season. I feel like we had that 1 week.
We knocked it
played
all
each
out
other
in
like-
1 week earlier this season.
Yeah.
It was like what, week 4 or
It was all
5?
like
We played
mid-season.
each other in like every league. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really strange how that worked out.
I don't even know who I'm playing in Redux this week yet.
Yeah, I haven't even really looked. I had such a rough week in Redux. I was up by a lot, projected to win by 30, and then
I do play you, James, in Redux this week.
Yep. I was like half thinking that. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna notice that before he trades me Kittle. It'd be a shame if Kittle was the reason if I overtook you this week.
that would be a shame.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. But I mean, it's funny. I did that last week with Derry as well. I traded him Aaron Jones and I took Mitchell, and then I just squeaked past him in a win this week. So the wild thing is that 16-team league we're in, I'm a perfect 500, but I haven't broken the pattern of win loss the whole season. It's uncanny.
Wow,
It's absolutely uncanny.
that's crazy.
Yeah, we're 500 in there as well.
Yeah,
And it's likely going to continue because I'm going up against Showtime this week.
I haven't been paying that much attention to that league, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Showtime isn't even setting his lineup, I don't think. So I'm pretty sure in there. But we're sitting in 7th place right now, and you're sitting at 11. There are 3 teams that are 6-4, and there are 5 teams that are 5-5. And then there are 3 teams.
So
that
like
are
it's a big jump.
Yeah. So there's an 8-2 team, and then a 2 7-3s, and then 6-4 just 3. 5-5 there's 5, and then 4-6 there's 3, and then a 2-8 and a 1-9. So I mean, a lot can happen in the next few weeks here with these 4-6 teams for sure. But your team has only scored 805 points. We've scored 873. So we're at the top. We're at the top of the 5-5 right now.
Yeah.
And we've way outscored the next 6-4 team. So if they lose and we win, we jump them. We've outscored them by over 100 points on the season. And so we can work our way. We should make the playoffs there for sure. But that's a competitive league right there.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure only 6 teams, I think, make the playoffs.
That seems
based on
right.
how he's got it configured. Yeah, 6. So
wow.
So then 10 duke it out in the toilet bowl.
So we're actually not in the playoffs yet, and we're sitting at 7th in the league. So it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting to see how that goes.
Well, it's funny how this league goes because the roster's so small. You either score like over 100 points or you score like 60. You need like one player just to have a bad game and it crushes your week.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really does.
Yep. It doesn't take much. Bald guy in that league is sitting at 6-4. Okay. Yeah, that's going to get interesting down the stretch here because there's all these teams are like within 1 or 2 games of each other. No one has like run away with it. So that's going to get really fun.
Let's hit that question in the chat over there from Jan real quick.
Oh, yeah. Eckler having a good or bad game this week, and what should I expect?
We're playing Pittsburgh.
I think he has an okay week.
I think he does all right. I think he gets 10 to 15 because of his involvement in the passing game.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's not great to run against, but I think with that receiving game, he'll have a pretty good week, I think, still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you're not sitting him. You're not panicking on him.
Definitely not.
Don't expect a 30-point week, but I think 10 to 15 is about the realm of possibility there.
Yeah, I mean, David Montgomery came back against Pittsburgh and did fairly fine. I mean, he got 10 points against them. So I feel like, yeah, I'm trusting Eckler in there just because of the catching. Like, his floor is low because of the catches he passes.
You mean his floor is high?
Floor is high, yes. Floor is high. Sorry. Yeah, his floor is high just because of all the catches he passes. I mean, you're getting instant points, you know. So 6 targets last week, I'll take it. But yeah, I think you're looking at about that 12 to 15 point range would be my guess. Does he get in the end zone? I don't know. Probably. I think he probably catches another pass for a touchdown there.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see him getting in this week. Well, we just passed the hour mark. You want to call it? I got another thing to record.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the chat.
I'm cool with it.
Cockpit's boring me to tears. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, bro.
He's on a nice 6-game win streaks, big time, man. That is so hard this year. I feel like you must have some trash. Must have some trash players. You have a trash roster. It's the only way you can have a 6-game win streak. You're starting like all backups.
I have a league where I'm on a 6-game losing streak.
This dude's starting like AJ Dillon as his number 1 running back and winning games. Like, you know, that's the crap that's happening for a lot of these teams. Just kidding. Oh, here's another one, Jan. Should I be worried about his last 3 to 4 weeks being around 115 points and not more?
No.
Still talking about Eckler?
Yes, right? Still talking about Eckler.
I mean,
definitely
Eckler
not. If you look, once he gets past the Steelers, he plays the Broncos, Bengals, Giants, Chiefs, Texans, Broncos through the rest of the season. Through the fantasy playoffs. Like, that's a good schedule.
That's a great
schedule. So hang in there through Pittsburgh, and then he'll finish the season strong for you. Don't panic. Don't freak out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you just got to make it through Pittsburgh here. And then enjoy the ride.
Right, Corey? Keep your composure. You got to keep your composure.
Oh, I so wish I had that.
Did you ever upload that? You didn't, did you?
I didn't.
You failed so hard right now.
Oh, I can only do so much.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Even heroes have limits, Kyle.
I know. Because I'm your hero.
Here, I have it. I have it. I'm gonna get it on here. Are you ready? Here's my thoughts on Eckler.
We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to keep our composure.
I love that so much.
It's too good. Yeah, you can't freak out on him. You got to keep your composure. He's worth having right now, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to start
Unless you have like Zeke and McCaffrey, you're not benching him.
So I'm going to start throwing out fake finishes like throughout the night on these shows and be like, well, I think we should cut it short because that's when we get all of our questions.
Dude, last night, same thing, we were signing off and then chat started coming in.
So every 15 minutes on every show I'm on from now on, I'm going to be like, well, do you want to wrap this up? And then we'll have more to talk about because people will hit enter. It's like they have these questions waiting for us to say bye. And then as soon as we're like, well, I think they're all just like, boom, at the same time.
I love it. Let's cover.
Let's hit Michael's and then we'll call it a night.
Yeah. I have Gaskin, Renfrow, Moss to trade. Should I go after a guy like Hunt or Miles Sanders for the playoffs? No to Miles Sanders.
I don't mind going after Hunt, but you don't want to use Renfrow.
No, you want to keep Renfrow
unless you're just really deep at receiver. I guess you probably got Renfrow pretty cheap. I'd put all 3 of those together to go for someone like Hunt probably.
You think you would put Renfrow in there for Hunt too?
I mean, if you got the depth to spare at receiver, I would.
Yeah, I think if you have the depth, it's a lot to go after someone like Hunt, I feel like.
But definitely not Miles Sanders.
Pass on Miles Sanders. Hard pass on Miles Sanders.
You might be able, if someone's desperate enough for running back depth, if they've only got one and everybody else is hurt or whatever, like you might be able to get someone better than Hunt if you put all three of those together. Someone needs like 2 running backs.
Yeah, it's not a bad little deal for someone in need. And I have
We'll
to
grab Aaron Jones.
I have to laugh at this here. I do have Zeke and McCaffrey and Taylor. What?
All right, so
it's a
you're starting those
4-team league
three.
and you're cheating also.
That isn't possible.
4-team league and
Okay.
he's cheating.
Up left A, B, A, left
Exactly.
A. Yeah, you put in
Hold
a
on.
cheat
You're
code
talking too fast. I need to write that down.
You got that old game chart thing going.
Exactly. All right, guys, we are signing off for real. Do not send another question.
They bought it. All right, guys. We'll
All right,
see
love
y'all.
you guys. Thanks for coming in, James. Thanks for joining up, and we'll see you
See ya.
guys later. Bye.
See ya.